Mark Holmes here. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here. Let's wake up those football gods. Wow. Man. Whew. Apologize. It's 10 o'clock. I slept a little bit late this morning. It's yesterday has all been kind of a blur, and it's crazy because it was like close to 90 degrees yesterday, and then it rained last night, and it got to be cold. It's going to be like the high temperature of like 65, 68 degrees today, but we've got like 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It's going to die down tonight and stuff. So everybody coming to the draft show tonight, make sure you dress warm. I think I might try and get the patio heater. I was saving them for the fall, but I think I'm going to go ahead and have to unbox one of them and get them set up so we stay warm tonight. So I hope everybody enjoyed our draft coverage last night, and we will be going tonight as well as tomorrow. My voice is a little raspy because, I do a whole lot of talking and stuff. But I'm wearing my red shirt because I think this is a code red operation. And a lot of people are like, oh, man, we got hosed. We got a third-round pick by moving back 2 spaces. We got fleeced. We got this linebacker and everything else. But you know what? Just chill, everybody. I think there's a design on what the Cowboys are doing. I think the Cowboys are looking to evolve the defense. And, with Dan Quinn being the cook, the chef, we end up having David Wiley here, who's a chef. He's a real chef, okay? I'm a cook, okay? I'm a home cook, okay? And that's what we had as a defensive coordinator last year. We had a home cook. He does some good things, He got a couple of tasty meals that he knows how to do, but he doesn't have that full repertoire. And see, when a chef comes to your kitchen and he looks in the cabinets and it's like, you don't have all the pieces of the things for me to create a masterpiece. Here, I've got to do my shopping and get the ingredients out. You might buy the store brand of, spices and stuff, and they don't have the things that you need with that little extra zest in it. You know what I'm saying? You might end up having like dry herbs, and this guy needs to have, that fresh cilantro. That the dry herbs might have been dried in your cabinet for 4 years. It's kind of gotten, kind of like it just turned into dust. It's past its code. Doesn't have much flavor, much taste. But when that chef comes in and he says, I need cilantro, and you hand him a can of cilantro that's dust, he looks at you and says, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? That ain't going to have no flavor. That ain't going to have no taste. It's not going to have any, it's not going to have that feeling of that herb. It's not going to have that aroma that I need. I got to go to the store. I got to get me some fresh cilantro. That's what you have to do when you're making a meal. And it may be a case where Dan Quinn is like, look, if you want me to make this gourmet meal, this defense that's going to do stuff, we got to get rid of that garbage that you've been mixing up and trying to serve. That's why you see this defense truly evolved. Now, here's what's kind of cool, because it seems like a lot of y'all kind of lost perspective of this. We got 4 picks tonight. 4 picks tonight. That's 4 more picks in the top 100. If defensive linemen are second and third round kind of guys, and we didn't see defensive linemen go, you have an opportunity to really reshape this defense to make that gourmet meal. Now, there's a little bit of hesitation with Micah Parsons because there's the whole off the field type thing and all that, little, so on. But I want to go through a clip here and get the instant reaction on Micah Parsons so I can drink some more coffee. There's if it'll play. Okay. It's not playing. Let's try this again. There we go.
Linebacker to be in Dan Quinn's defense.
Yes, sir.
The new DC there.
He needed Wagner.
You have seen Bobby Wagner in Seattle. You have seen the talent that they had with KJ Wright. Well, if you want to have that Dan Quinn defense, you better have speed at linebacker, and boy, do they have it now. Micah Parsons, I have never seen this before. A 4.36 with a 1.59 10-yard split with 11-inch hands.
Come on now.
Micah Parsons in the middle of the defense will likely be leading this Dallas Cowboys team. Vander Esch missed 13 games the last 2 seasons. But at this position at number 12, what do you think of them taking Micah Parsons?
Top 10 player and the best defensive player in the draft for me with Micah Parsons. And I know some Cowboys fans might be shaking their head at linebacker again. But, Akeem said it before. He's different. He's different. 4.39 40, that's 6'9", 4.3 cone. He reminds me of Luke Kuechly, the rare athlete in the middle of the field, sideline to sideline, can come downhill as a blitzer, take away the football. I think those coverage traits, the coverage skills are going to develop over time where he can match up against tight ends. He can take away running backs on wheel routes and out in the flats and things along the lines of that. Micah Parsons, man, he's going to be the best athlete in the middle of that field every single game day. So I don't traditionally love taking a linebacker in the top 20, but he's the best defensive player in the draft. So this is a B+ for me.
Consensus All-American, Buckus Fitzgerald, Big Ten Linebacker of the Year, the first sophomore to ever win that award. His coaches say the scary part about him, he hasn't even scratched the surface yet. You predicted this beforehand. Why do you think Micah Parsons is a good fit for this Cowboys team?
I think they need a linebacker they need a playmaker on defense. I don't know if it's D-line, a linebacker, DB. They just need another playmaker on defense. And you put a guy in the middle, he could rush. You're going to blitz him. He's going to get some sacks for you.
Yeah, had 6.5 in college.
You see he 4.39. He could run with guys. He can run with your tight end. He could bang with guys. He's a thumper on first, second down. I think he just check all the boxes for what the Cowboys need right now, man. He's not going to come off the field. And I think he's going to be the defensive Rookie of the Year.
So what are we giving this grade?
Could you imagine?
A+.
A+. Oh, shit.
Love Michael Parsons for the Cowboys.
Okay.
So the Cowboys likely shocked that the top 2 corners were gone before they picked at 10, traded down with the Eagles. Cam Jordan, you know a thing about defense or two. When you hear all of this about Micah Parsons going to Dallas, what pops into your head?
Man, I mean, you watch Micah Parsons, and he's a dog. He's coming downhill. He's covering side to side. I think you alluded to it earlier. You talk about that Luke Kuechly mentality. He's always around the ball. You see a young guy like that, and with the ability that he has, and now the linebacker core, that room that he's walking into, he's only going to get better. That's the most exciting part about it all.
Sean Lee just retired, so there is an opening in that linebacker room. But Vander Esch, Jalen Smith, and now Micah Parsons in that Dallas defense.
Okay, so let's take a look here at some of the clips while we continue our conversation here. What this really means is you definitely are not going to do the 5th-year option on Vander Esch. And I like Vander Esch, but, the thing with the Cowboys is they always try and get guys on a discount. When you go to that scratch and dent pile that, you buy that washing machine that's got a dent on the side of it, but you think it's okay. But you don't know if that dent goes in and hits some electronics that lately, slowly burn out. It seemed to work fine for the first couple of months and things. I had actually a dryer that we bought that was discounted. And it worked for about 6 months, and then it just started dying on me. Had the repairmen come out and stuff, and they said, yeah, it's under warranty, but it's got some different problems and stuff. And then finally, it had a catastrophic failure because of the dent that we got on it. And it ended up being they had to replace the whole thing. I'm not saying that that's the case with Vander Esch, but the thing is in the last 2 seasons, 2019 and 2020, you've missed 13 games. And even in 2019, 2 or 3 of those games that he played in, he ended up, you could tell that he couldn't turn his neck. That guy, he couldn't see. And if you're a linebacker or a player and you can't turn your neck, that's issues. So when you talk about 3 seasons, Vander Esch played in 35 games, and you're at the point where I've got to start investing big money, I can understand why the Cowboys are looking and saying, we need a playmaker, and especially with Dan Quinn's defense. You think about the KJ Wrights and things like that, linebackers that are fast, that are the field general, guys that play downhill. The other question on here is with Jaylon Smith. Love Jaylon Smith, love his story. But the thing with Jaylon Smith is we don't really know. We think that he's completely healed and all that, and he moves a hell of a lot better than he did his first year. But it seems like a lot of times Jaylon Smith, when he tackles, is when he gets a lot of tackles. He's got great arms of wrapping on guys, but it's like he's tackling and holding on for dear life. And sometimes you need that linebacker to be the guy that's going to stick that ball carrier and knock that ball loose. That guy that can go ahead and hit this guy and take him down right there and now and doesn't get carried down the field. There's many times where you've attacked the player before the first down marker, but the guy gets that yard after contact. And that's where the Cowboys and Dan Quinn, the chef, is trying to say, I need a guy who does more than just get carried down the field. I need a guy who's lights out. I'm not mad about this pick at all. In fact, I'm happy that, hey, we got this guy. Now, the other part of this is you look at the players that the Cowboys have brought in free agency. It's going to be more athletic type of guys that can, like I said, Urban. I think Urban is going to be the one that shines on the free agents there, that he is going to be a much better run stopper than what we've had before. I think you're going to see Gallimore be able to take a step. But now we still have 4 picks tonight that are in the top 100. 4 picks in the next 64. It's going to get crazy tonight. It's going to be crazy tonight for me, okay? My head's going to be on a swivel. We got a lot of work to do. But when you start thinking about DeAndre coming in as a safety, if he is completely healed, that's an improvement where we were. When you think about Keanu Neal, another guy who will be this attacking linebacker, and this is what I believe, it's beginning to make more and more sense that the Dallas Cowboys, when you look at, say, the Giants that have all kinds of receivers now, you look at the Eagles, they're going to try and pick up the pace on their offense and things. And with the offenses of today, for every action, there's a reaction. And you have to evolve with that reaction. You can't go by the defenses that you used to have, where the Cowboys were a bend, don't break defense, where we're not going to take a lot of chances and get a lot of takeaways. The thing is now, you have to, trying to stop that, there we go. The thing is now, what you have to be able to do is, you're going to have to be able to cover receivers. When you think about now, a guy like a Kyle Pitts who's a tight end, when you think about if you're facing the Dallas Cowboys offense, you think about this now. If you're facing the Dallas Cowboys offense and you've got Amari Cooper who's the route statistician, okay? He can just do, he's like, Einstein of route running. He can do it all, okay? He's a genius with his feet when he's healthy. So you got to worry about covering a guy like that. Then you got a CeeDee Lamb, okay? A little young pup who's only going to get better that's in the slot, okay? And then you start thinking about a Michael Gallup who can be a deep threat, right? But, of course, then you have to worry about a Tony Pollard or a Zeke Elliott coming out of the backfield. If you're a defensive coordinator, you look at that, and you've got run-stopping or non-cover linebackers that are fast. You're screwed. You're screwed. And this is where the Cowboys, I believe, are trying to evolve this, where our linebackers are fast and can cover a CeeDee Lamb if they have to in the slot, or a Kyle Pitts. is what they're looking at, that we've got the cover guys. Now, that works if you've got the defensive line that can help shut the run down. And this is where I still believe you need the big man in the middle. You need the big man in the middle that can get that push to make that quarterback have to throw that ball sooner. I like the fact that, hey, we didn't take a couple of picks and move up and reach on the offensive side. Listen, offense, you know what? You got enough to work there on the offense. You got enough, okay? You can make a good meal on that side of the ball, okay? We're tired of getting garbage on this side. So let's go ahead and spend the money, okay? Let's get ourselves, a big tomahawk steak, okay? A big tomahawk steak, okay? And we need to get some peppercorns and grind some fresh peppers. I'm tired of using that pepper that's been in the shaker, for years. It doesn't even look like pepper. It doesn't have no flavor, okay? I need to get me a big steak right there, man. Big one. All right, y'all. I'm Mark Holmes. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report, because without you guys, it ain't working without you guys. And I might take me a nap today. I might take me a little nap before the show tonight to make sure that I'm ready. I appreciate everybody, all of you channel members that were here. Thank you, that were part of the stream. I know it got to be a little confusing because we had a whole bunch of things going on. I actually had too many mics. I actually had the Blue Yeti hooked up, which ended up picking up a lot of background noise. I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to be able to focus a little bit more where it's just, you guys and things, and change a few of the camera angles, but we're going to have a ball. And we gave away 2 Joe Bardys last night. We're going to give away at least 2 more tonight, at least 2 more. So tune in. Be part of the show, be part of it, and let's have some fun, guys. This is what we've been waiting for. And I feel like, man, whew. I don't know what you would call this. But sometimes I get stuff stuck in my head. For whatever reason, I get things stuck in my head. I get a vision, or I get this desire of wanting something. And it drives the fuck out of me. I get an image, when I do sometimes projects. It's like I know what I want it to be. And I will get hell-bent in doing whatever it takes to make it happen. And for 3 years now, I've had an image in my mind of what I wanted to do out here. And last night, for me, was the realization of that vision, that drive. It's not finished. It's not finished. But it makes me realize that all the time, the energy, the effort, the lack of sleep, all of that was worth it to be there last night with you guys. And that's the honest to God truth. I could not have enjoyed myself anymore of feeling all of you guys' energy together. And I look forward to taking this thing that we've built together and continuing to grow it and trying to make it even bigger. Hats off to you guys. I'd pour and have a toast to you, but it's too early in the morning. And if I start this early in the morning, God help us. I'm Mark Holmes, and
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
I got to say is